Hello guys, thank you for stopping by. Welcome to my channel today. So we'll be doing the color you're seeing on the screen right now. So the first thing we're going to do is to take a measurement of the circumference of the neck. Now I'm working with this I've worked on this at the red fabric, so that's what we'll be using. Now I'll be taking from the shoulder line to the center front, and that's one I have 5.25. Then we'll now go and I'll take all the way from the shoulder line all the way to the back line, and that one I have 8. So when I divide it in 2, that will be giving me 4. So first thing, I'm going to mark my starting point. Then I'll take a measurement of about 10 inches because the total of them is not up to 10 inches, and remember this is on a fold. So I'm marking the 10 inches. Then I'll be reading my line all the way to that 10 inches. This is going to serve as a guideline for me. First thing I'll be doing is to take from that place. Remember that my front was giving me 5.25 on a fold, so I'm marking 5.25. Then the back gave me a total of 8 inches. So that one, when I divide by 2, I'll be having 4. So I marked my shoulder. The middle is marking my middle point there, which is my shoulder line. That's what I've just marked. So from that shoulder line I have 4, and that one is for the back, which is my half of the 8 that I got for the back. So from my center front line I'll be going up. For my center front I'll be going up by 1.25. That's the height I want for my collar stand. Then the back I'll be going up to 1.5, and if you remember, 1.5 is actually the measurement I took when I was doing the fabric. That's the measurement for my back depth measurement actually. So that is 1.5. So I'm replacing that 1.5 back to the collar. So whatever you took from the back, make sure that is what you are replacing back for the back measurement. Now I'll be connecting from my front to my shoulder line with a curve ruler. Make sure it is in a curve, because you see the shoulder is round, so we're trying to make that achieve that curve shape. So from that center front now I'll be marking my 1.25. that is actually my collar stand measurement for the front. Then there I'm going to be coming in by 1/4 inch, because we're trying to, it's not straight, we are trying to eliminate whatever excess that will be puffing out. So we're trying to get that curve shape. That is why I'm going in by 1/4 inch. So I'm going to be connecting back to my line. Now the next thing to do is to with a curve shape again, I'll be connecting from my center front all the way to my center back. Now this particular collar is also known as Mandarin collar or your collar stand, or some people call it bishop collar. So this is usually the ones you see most times on a shirt without a collar, and you just see the stand there. So some people know it as Mandarin, some people know it as bishop collar, and some people call it collar stand. So it depends on what you want to call it. So guys, I'll be coming in, I'll be making the collar proper. I'm drafting the collar proper. So the first one we're going to be coming in by 1 inch. I'm trying to get my collar curve first of all. So sometimes some people do half, some people do 1, some people do 0.75, but I would love to do 1. So that curve is what you actually see on shirts like this, and you see it also on this shirt. Usually this kind of curve this particular collar we are doing is for shirts like this, shirt that usually do not kind of have a placket or somewhere. You just see them with a slit line there. These are the kind of this is the collar that I'm actually making for, not the ones with collar stand. The ones with collar stand have their own different pattern when making the curve around there. So this is basically for those ones to just see that have a single line in the middle, or just have a keyhole in the middle. Okay guys, so now we're going to be doing the collar proper. Now it depends on how high the height you want for your collar. Some people do 5, some people do 6, some people do 7. It depends on how long and how flappy you want your collar to be. But in my own case now, I would love to do 6.75. Now if you watch, I am connecting it where my collar curve is starting from. That's actually where I am connecting it. So I'll be connecting it where my collar curve is starting from. So that is where I'll be connecting it. So I'm connecting it straight downwards there. Okay guys, that's another one. The second point now is to marking the center line. You know, we already have the shoulder line, so we're going to trace it upwards to where to the collar stand. So that's going to serve as our guideline for the middle. So what's going to happen now is that there I'm going to be marking 1.225. It depends on how deep you want it to be, but I don't want it too much around there to be too deep, so I'm just going to be doing 1.25. Then when I come to the center about, I'll be marking my 1.25 also, because I do not want it too deep at the back. So I'm going to be marking my lines there. Okay guys, so the next thing I'm going to be doing now is going to be doing the wideness, or I'll be coming out by 3 inches. Please note that it's because of the purpose of the collar that just appeared on the screen. That's why I came out as wide as 3 inches. Usually a normal collar is not that wide, so I just want to remember that it's just because of the purpose of the collar we are doing, because every collar will have their different measurements. So guys, I'm going to be connecting it back to my collar curve. Then for my collar curve, that point is saying there, I'm going to be connecting it to my back collar. Some people connect to that collar, but if you connect to that center, you're going to be having a different kind of collar entirely, not the one that we're actually drafting. Although that particular one exists, but we're not doing that particular one. We're doing the one that appeared on the screen. That's what we're drafting. So now we're going to be connecting from there. We're going to be connecting all the way to the back, to the center back. Okay guys, so now that is basically what this collar is all about. So if you we're going to be cutting it out. We're going to be cutting it out right now. Now before cutting it out, we have to place it back on the fold. It's necessary you place this particular collar back on the fold so that you have a wide enough to see your pattern clearly when you're cutting it out. So just carefully cut it out. Carefully cut it out. Okay guys, now this is what we have for the collar. Now I'm just going to trim it out properly because I intentionally did it there so that by the time I open it, I'll have an excess to trim out properly. Sometimes if you don't do something like that, by the time you are done cutting, find that place is deeper than the other part. So that's why I try to always go about 1/4 inch when I'm on my fold to cut it. So guys, this is what we have. Now this is it. If you don't want to cut your collar into two, you can start working on it like this, but I would like to cut my own into two. I would like to remove the collar stand from the main collar. But if you feel you want to have yours that way, you can as well just leave it and continue that way. So guys, this is it. This is what it is. So all you need to do now is to add your half inch all the way around. Now adding your half inch, you have to be very careful while adding your half inch because of the curve, so you won't end up having an excess somewhere around. So be careful. You count your carefully have added your half an inch. So guys, this is it now. I've cut, I'm using two different fabrics. So I've cut mine, I've added my half inch. So this is it. This is what we have. Okay guys, next we're going to be putting an interface. Is I do use an interface, and for the collar stand I'm using a thicker interface or a collar. You can use a collar stand or use the very thick interface. So now I've used a normal interface. For this particular one, you can see the collar stand is on the main one that I'll be appearing at the front, while the other one is just the simple soft interface. So I also done it for the other one. So guys, now I'm going to be placing my sequence on one of the interface, and that is it. So please, if your sequence is a hard one, use a very soft interface for it. But my sequence is actually not a hard one, it's a very light one. So but if you're using a very hard interface, a thicker one, you have to be careful. You might just use a very soft interface so it won't be too heavy. So guys, I'll be placing it there. I'm using a hemming gum to just iron it down. So I've used the hemming gum, I've ironed it flat on the interface. So guys, I've notched the collar stand. Make sure you notch the middle because it's very necessary when you are going to be joining them together. So that notch will serve as the guide. So also notching the main collar, notching the middle, so that it will make it very easy when placing the collar and sewing the collar. You won't have to have issues. Now I'll be turning the collar with the adire, and I'll be turning it out. Okay guys, now I've turned it out and this is what it's looking like, properly ironed. Make sure you iron anytime you're working with a collar. Please always iron, it will help. Now I've also turned the collar stand out, so this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to be making my curve. Remember there's a curve there. I'm going to be doing my curve just like that and like that, and that is all we have. So finally guys, this is the collar. This is what we have. Beautiful. Please, when you're making your collar pointy, try to make yours very pointy. Mine is not looking too pointy at one side, you can notice it, so always make sure it's very pointy. So guys, hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to come back and don't forget to subscribe and share and like. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.